It's too soon to be saying, oh, it's Gavin's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's like us taking seriously that there are, you know, magic lasers in the sky that direct the weather.
Okay, no. It has to be someone pointing the fingers, because like now you're just trying to take away the accountability from the leaders of that state in that city. You are trying to take away the accountabilities from the leaders who are supposed to take care of those people. You keep saying, oh, it's the wind, oh, it's Mother Nature. Yes, we all get that. But ever since the dawn of time, humans had to evolve with the world, because the world is constantly growing and changing. What's going on, the Nova Squad? Welcome back to the channel. So a lot of you guys actually had heard about the fires that had occurred up in California, which actually had a burn of like thousands of acres and whatnot. And not a lot of people are trying to point fingers at the mayor nor the governor on who did not actually prepare this fire, which is kind of weird because California is known for its fires and its earthquakes, because you would actually assume they have things to prevent things like this, but it still actually came up to a disaster. Now, if you guys don't know The View, The View is a bunch of women who actually so-called trying to send out the news and have their viewpoints on things, which, you know, people have the right to actually have their own opinion, but sometimes you can be disingenuous and not really be informed how you should be. So I want to actually watch the particular video to actually get my thoughts about it. And yeah, it gets really interesting. I've seen parts of it, but like not a lot of it. But you know, I want to actually react to it, talk about it, and yeah, let's get right into it.
Responders are desperately trying to contain the wildfires ravaging Los Angeles. A lot of officials are scrambling to find answers and fighting back against misinformation. Take a look.
This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration. They don't have any water.
That mayor of LA, if that were a Republican mayor, I could only imagine what that would do. I mean, you know the fires are at high risk and you try to go to Africa?
Your governor is gutless and your mayor's gutless. They need to throw them all out. But will they do it? I doubt it. I doubt it. They'll figure out some way to blame this on Donald Trump.
There was a serious lack of competent governance in California, and I think it's part of the reason why these fires have gotten so bad.
I know most of you guys have voted for Democrat and Kamala Harris during the election, whatever, but to be fair, it makes sense, in my opinion. When you keep trying to blame things on a man that's not in office, per se, it makes your argument look very, very weak. The fact that they had no water in California to prevent fires like this, knowing darn well that they have fires yearly and earthquakes yearly, and they somehow still trying to blame this on Trump when the man is not even in office. But you should actually have blamed the administration who is currently in office right now. I just don't understand why they would try to twist this thing up to more of a Trump thing, which it should be Gavin Newsom's thing, which he is the governor of California.
Actually, here's what Governor Gavin Newsom has had to say about all of this. Watch.
We had my team start talking to local leaders, saying what's going on. Our state,
and you weren't getting straight answers from
I
the
was
local
getting
leaders.
different answers. We're in this emergency environment and everything else. So I just want to determine the facts, but no one has any patience anymore. In this weaponized, back to the grievance of Trump, everyone else, people, there's immediacy, and lies travel the proverbial world, and it's hard to get the facts out.
I don't know what he's referring to when he talks about the Delta smelt and reservoirs. The reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us.
But like, if that was the case, but then why didn't you guys took out the fires instead of just waiting until everything it spread all across the actual city? People had lost their homes and people had lost their small businesses and whatnot. Now, like, again, like, this should not be a political thing, but right at the same time, for you to say that you did not get any straight answers is kind of crazy. I just don't understand how this is Trump's fault when he should be speaking up on top of this affirm, because like, I just feel like if Trump didn't say anything about this, people will still slander Trump as if, oh well, like Trump is Trump. He is supposed to be the next president. Here or there, he should say something. It could cool, fair. When Trump does say something, it's an issue. For you to try to like defund and moving money around in your state, knowing that you have like these fires, these earthquakes that occur every year, you should have things that should align up and prevent things like this. Now, I'm not saying you can save everybody, but it's just a simple fact that you should like get things, in order to prevent things like this. And saying misinformation when people said it over and over again that there was no water. There are videos are shown that there were fire hydrants were not only out of water but out of diesel gas.
The real issue to me is twofold. We've had decades to go remove the brush in these hills that spread so quickly. And the second is you got to have water. And my understanding is the reservoir was not refilled in time and in a timely manner to keep the hydrants going. So that's a failure, whether on DWP's part or another city agency. But this is basic stuff. This isn't high science here. And it's all about leadership and management that we're seeing a failure of. And all of these residents are paying the ultimate price for that.
Doom at Malibu. They can't get diesel because these pumps are not working. Because even though electric is here, the gas station attendant is not here. So it's kind of silly.
It's all over X. And it's all over Facebook and such. Like, if you guys don't believe in X, it's literally in every social media platform. It should not be a political thing. It shouldn't. It should be more of a common sense.
Delta smelt in reservoirs. The reservoirs are completely full. The state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us.
Here's how this works. There was a fire catastrophe in California. Had to do with winds. You know how they're always saying, oh, the wind. It actually does. The winds move things and sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have if 900,000 buildings go up at the same time. Now, having lived in California, having lost every house save for one that we ever lived in, I take great offense at pointing fingers. You should be pointing fingers about how can we help?
Yeah.
It's too soon to be saying, oh, it's Gavin's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's like us taking seriously that there are, magic lasers in the sky that direct the weather.
Okay, no. It has to be someone pointing the fingers because, like, now you're just trying to take away the accountability from the leaders of that state and that city. You are trying to take away the accountabilities from the leaders who are supposed to take care of those people. You keep saying, oh, it's the wind, oh, it's Mother Nature. Yes, we all get that. But ever since the dawn of time, humans had to evolve with the world because the world is constantly growing and changing. You guys act like, oh, we just can't stop it. No, well, to a certain extent, we can't stop it, but we can actually make like plans to prevent things like this or like have fewer casualties. Like, you just think that the wind is gonna like stop it. Oh, there is nothing we can do. I just wish people can just look on both sides instead of just like being on one side and then being biased. Like, I wish people can do that because it really helps you become a better person. Be a better understanding and such. But again, to each their own.
Gavin's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's like us taking seriously that there are, magic lasers in the sky that direct the weather. That doesn't work. It doesn't happen. This is a catastrophe, and this is what's happened. And let's try to figure out how to work towards not having it happen again. But, we don't control Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't give a damn what we want. Mother Nature does what she does, and if you're in the way, this is what happens. And California is chock full of people. So far, 24 lives have been lost. Evacuations continue. So what should these officials be doing to get help or get this under control?
It should be an all hands on deck operation. In fact, Governor Newsom thanked Texas Governor Greg Abbott for sending firefighters in. Canada, Mexico, they sent people in even while we're talking about Donald Trump potentially purchasing all of these places. So I think right now, people understandably are looking to place their...
How is that even part of that stuff? Like, what does that got to do with the people who are lost their lives, man? First of all, if you're going to say this is a catastrophe, why are you laughing? Why are you just laughing and say, oh, well, the thing is, it's not the man's fault, it's not Gavin's fault, but then here you are still trying to point the fingers and such? That makes no sense to me. You guys are able to have your own opinions about it. I find it very disgusting how you could just lie and say, oh, they had enough water, but if they did, it would have still been bad. Like the only time California had this much devastation when it comes to fire, I want to say it happened in 06. And they didn't even, I want to say, it was the same thing when they wouldn't even give them extra aid to take out the fires and whatnot. But honestly though, Gavin Newsom had ran California to the ground when it comes to these fires and the number of homeless people are running through or running rampant through the streets. And they still continue trying to blame this on Trump. When like, if Trump didn't say nothing about this, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be upset that Trump nor his upcoming administration wouldn't say anything about this. I'm pretty sure. So like, it's either damn if he doesn't or damn if we don't. So like, it's just like, why are you going to sit here and then say like, oh, we are not going to point the fingers, but then again, here you are. So what's the point of this? If you guys really enjoyed my reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you to react to next. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, my name is Russell, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.